To truly love something, you must look at both its merits and flaws. Blind devotion is never a good thing. This is true for people, shows, and video games. Now, when I say I love The Legend of Zelda, I don't mean I love every single thing about it, because The Legend of Zelda, as a series, is not perfect. There's been bad decisions, there's been bad games, but overall, it's still one of the best video game series, at least to me. However, as I said before, you have to look at the good and the bad, which is what this video is. So, let's look at things I love in the Legend of Zelda series and things that I hate in the Legend of Zelda series. First off, for love, the music. Now, it's no secret that the Legend of Zelda music is fucking incredible. Koji Kondo is a fucking champ. Of course, he also does other series where he also makes fantastic fucking music. But a lot of Zelda music carries with it a certain atmosphere that helps with the game it's from. But Majora's Mask helps set a tone for the game where it can help with both the emotional scenes and levitate the more depressing aspects of the game. Twilight princesses can get fucking terrifying at fucking times because Jesus fucking Christ. But it also helps carry the whimsy and the mystery that surrounds this land of Hyrule. Legend of Zelda music is timeless. Speaking of time though, I fucking hate when it uses time travel. Now, I hate time travel to begin with. I've always hated time travel. Time travel as a plot device is so goddamn stupid. It makes no goddamn sense half the time, and it just makes things more complicated. So naturally, Legend of Zelda loves fucking time travel, especially when it just fucks everything up. Now, there's the big one, which is Ocarina of Time, which is all about time travel. So, okay, Link goes forward 7 years and shit's fucked, and he goes and he fixes it, and then he goes back, and then as a child, he just says, oh, the shit's gonna get fucked in 7 years, and it's like, oh, okay, we'll fix it then. Which causes not 1, not 2, but 3 different fucking timelines! 2 of which is just, okay, that shit happened, and Link's A-okay. And the third one's like, oops, he dead now. Okay, that's fucking not great. But then, like, you get time travel also in different ways in Ocarina of Time, because there's the fucking Song of Storms. So you get the Song of Storm, you go back, and it's this dude, and he's just like, I'm gonna windmill, whatever. And you go forward, and he's like, I'm pissed off because this kid with an ocarina played the fucking song, and it fucked up my windmill. And then you learn Song of Storms. Then you go back, you play it, and you become that kid, even though you learned it from him. And it's just like, it's a paradox, and I fucking hate paradoxes, and it's just, And there's Skyward Sword, which didn't fuck up the timeline, even though it should have fucked up the timeline. Because the whole point of Skyward Sword was to stop Demise from being reborn. So, spoiler, at the end of the game, you beat Demise back in the beginning, and it doesn't fuck up the timeline at all. Like, he literally gets resurrected in the past, like right after he fucking died, and then you kill him for realsies, and then there's no repercussions for that. You fucking hate time travel so fucking much. The Gerudo, the Zora, the Gorons, the Sheikah, the Rito. I love the races of Hyrule. Like, Hylians are like fine, but they're just like people. But like, Gorons are weird rock guys that just go around like eating rocks, and like there's like no females, which is cool. And then you got the Gerudo, who are just all female. It's nice. It's nice. But they're also like cool badass warriors. And then you got the Zora, which is like the best version of mermaids I've ever seen ever. not only are the races really unique, so are their cultures. Like, you look at their culture and it's like, yeah, that makes sense for them. Like, the Gorons is all about mining, which, like, they're rock people, so that's, like, duh. And the Kokiris slash the Koroks, like, things and their homes are, like, made of, like, twigs and, like, stuff, because not only is that all they really have around, but, like, they're childlike. They don't know how to make anything better, and it's like, yes! Like, so much thought went into, like, not only their designs and how they would act, but, like, their environment and how it, like, responds to them. And it's, like, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Okay, so, question. When Demise said this, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time. When he said that, why is it only the one? Why is it only the one incarnation? Why is it always fucking Ganondorf? When he says that, it sounds like his curse will be reborn again and again in different forms, but it's always Ganondorf as the main villain in Legend of Zelda. Alright, now it's not always, but it's mostly Ganon slash Ganondorf. Like, I get why, because Ganon was first one, he's iconic, blah blah blah. But when Zelda does do new villains that have nothing to do with Ganondorf, it's so fucking good. Like, look at Majora and Skull Kid. And, like, look at Vati. Vati is so fucking cool. Like, Vati is a cocky asshole and it's great. He's like, I'm the shit. You guys don't know I'm the shit, but you're about to know. And it's so fucking cool. Majora is just like a Lovecraftian horror, but then you get Ganondorf showing up where he doesn't need to, like in fucking Twilight Princess, because we could have had this dark, brooding, insane villain in Zamp, and then it's like, oh, no, because actually he's following Ganondorf, and Ganondorf's the real villain, and he shows up at the end, and then you fight him, and it's like, what the fuck? Why? And I'm gonna say it, Ganon sucks. The pig form sucks. It's like, there's nothing there besides, I'm a big monster, ooh woo woo, fight me. And, like, we're getting both versions in fucking Breath of the Wild. We got a cool version of Ganon, which was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, I guess. But then, like, oh no, pig form. And now we're getting Ganondorf in the sequel for some fucking reason. I just want new ones. I want new ones. We hardly get new ones. It's always Ganon and Ganondorf. And it's so tiring. Now, most stories in the Legend of Zelda series varies because it's not Mario. The core of the story doesn't change. And the core of the story is overcoming the difficulties that play in your life. And becoming someone who you never thought you could have become. And sure, you could say that about a lot of video game series. But I think it's in its purest form with the Zelda series. And it really speaks to me. It gives me hope that I can become better than the person I am now. And I think that really is wonderful. But also, let's go into specific stories because some are fucking incredible. Now, if I had to pick a favorite from them, I would have to go with Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild. Now, Twilight Princess, you start from kind of nothing, just a simple farmhand, and then you lose everything. You lose your friends, you lose your home, you have basically nothing, and you have to work to fix everything, to get back what you lost and become someone greater than you thought you could be becoming. And that's fucking dope. Breath of the Wild, you kind of did that, and then you lost. So now you have to work your way back up again. Seeing the effects of what happens when you fucking lose. Like, thank God Link lost his memory in Breath of the Wild. Because even with myself playing it, I just felt so bad. It kind of helps with relating with Zelda in that game, because she struggled so much to get into her role for the prophecy, and that ended up fucking over everything. And when Link did his best and lost, and that fucked over everything too, it helps relate to the initial struggles that Princess Zelda had in that game. Before Breath of the Wild, whenever voice acting was brought up in The Legend of Zelda, it was always no. And I always thought that was stupid. I was like, we should totally do voice acting. And then Breath of the Wild did voice acting. And I was like, finally. But then Link didn't talk. And I'm like, why the fuck not? Now, I don't want Link to be a chatterbox, because, like, that will ruin him like it did with fucking Samus. But he can say a few things. Just anything. Just, like, not just looking at shit. Because it doesn't help him be his own character. And I know he's supposed to be the link between us and the world, but he's also still his own person. He's still his own character. And he should be able to say what's on his goddamn mind every once in a while. It's so infuriating to see people actually talking around him with real voice acting, and he is still just like... And we know he can talk! It's not like a thing where, like, can Link talk? But we know he talks because people are quoting him! Zelda quotes him! And he's talking! We never get to hear it, though! We hardly get to see it. It's so infuriating. Because I love Link. He's a great character. And sure, each Link is different. They have their own quirks and struggles. And it kind of sucks that he can't talk. But also, it doesn't take away with what he has now. It would be great if he could talk, because it could add more to him. But also, what we have now is really good. He's really expressive, and he cares, and he's just an all-around good guy. He never asked to be the hero. He was chosen for that, and it sucks. He has the world's burden on his shoulders, to the point where it caused him to become super serious and in Breath of the Wild. But he's still there. He's goofy and he's weird sometimes, and he's just an all-around awesome character that I love. Legend of Zelda has things in it that I cherish and can't fucking stand. And I wouldn't change that. It would be great if all my hates could be fixed. But I'm sure if that were to happen, something else would change. It needs to be balanced. In a way. And I'm happy with what we have now. I mean, except for that Link talking thing, that should totally fucking change. Jesus Christ.